Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Fall, thinking right out here in the lab. Well, I do what I do for you. Oh, I got some nice for you today. I'm walking along a path where I'm trying to get you, like my pastor say, roll with me. I know I'm going. Just hold on. I got you. I'm going to get you there. So today's going to be another lesson in that direction. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune to receive them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on. Also, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, that all right thinkers do just that. Know thyself, and I'm the lesson giver so that you can do just that. When you get your lessons, put them into effect, you'll do just that. Know thyself. That's my mission. It should be your goal as a right thinker. Let's do what we do. I asked you the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you daily. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do. It's for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, it's okay. They're spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my eye, be true. We're going to talk about understand what you're looking at. Don't get freaked out. It's not porn. You see, we talk about aspect of your character, which is men. And then you got Hetheru. Okay? This chapter is about how to free the spirit by controlling the senses, the physical body. And what happened? The reward would be what? Clear insight. What the what? Trust me. Be circumspect in matters of sexual relations. I'm trying to get my young people, hopefully I got a bunch of y'all, but I want you to understand that sex thing ain't no joke. Okay, that's a serious offense, and we don't take it serious. Why? We just run around with it nilly. Sexually transmitted diseases is running rampant. Y'all done came up with created some whole new diseases. You got incurable sexually transmitted diseases. That's like a sex education. I'm not here to give you sex education. I'm here to give you understanding about what sex is really all about. Not just reaching that state of ecstasy. All of a sudden, that's all you want to do. Male and female, I don't care. Get control. That's what this lesson is going to be about. Let's go. Now, men in Hetheru, the god and goddess, netters, they are principles that represented by men and Hetheru. Men in Hetheru are of paramount importance, young people, in what? The process of human evolution. Yoga, right thinking philosophy, with respect to what? The life force which lies dormant inside every human being. That's the sleeping serpent. That's the dormant serpent that's coiled up 3.5 times down in the sacrum, the lower chakras prospect, where it's in, that's where it sits and resides until it's activated. Now, men, the aspect of Hetheru, again, is sublimated male sexual powers. You're going to see a guy with a big penis. If you see an erect penis, that's what he represents. Okay. Get that set out of the way. See it? Every time you see him, you can see a big hard penis. But there's a purpose, and a reason for that. Let's talk about it. The Egyptian god Men is an aspect of Hetheru, which is you, the victorious one over what? Over the enemies of his father. Young people, that thing down there got your father killed. Why? He put it in the wrong place, misused it, and it cost him his life. He slept with his brother's wife. Another story. But there's a story behind that. So understand that. And the whole point about victories over your father's enemies is what? Is the enemies. Who are the enemies of your father? Start with ignorance, passion, sexual passion, greed, anger, lust, etc. You see where we're going with that? And men is, watch this, is also called Amsu Amen, which means what? Men, the hidden one. Okay? It's a hidden desire that's inside you. But the title hidden relates to what? The underlying nature of all things. Excuse me. Consciousness and what? The erectile power of what? Generation, which comes from sexual energy. It's the natural phenomenon. The power, what? That makes life exist and causes it to strive, to move on in what? Search and happiness, in search of fulfillment and happiness in the physical form, in the physical world. But a lot of us, once we found out, it's a wrap. Okay? Young people, there's a word called abstinence, meaning refraining from having sex. Controlling your body. Your body is your temple. Women, it ain't the, or some people use a moneymaker. That's your choice. But the intent for the body is to what? Reproduce. The purpose of us having intercourse is to reproduce. Intercourse. Two people try to become one. Two opposites come together for the common good to make life. Understand that? So that right there is nature. So you don't have a problem with gender. So moving on. But watch this. Hetheru, which is you, is in the form of men. What it symbolizes, watch this, that stage of spiritual development. We talked about that too. When what? When your sexual energy is controlled. That's the difference. You see him with a hard penis. He ain't going around sticking it in everything like we doing now. He's showing you how to control that hard thing. Well, they get hard. I want somebody. Then done that whole stupid ignorant attitude about the little fella. But to have sexual control, watch this. When their sexual energy is controlled and you transform it into what? Spiritual energy. Keep it in. And what happened? It'll raise your kundalini. That's the whole different concept, but they know about that. And that's why when you go into the monasteries and places, they tell you to refrain from sex. And the next lesson I give you about Tantra Yoga, we're going to break it down for you even more. I'm just preparing you for that. That's where we're going next. But Amun, watch this. Amen is also related to God of gods, the highest, the hidden one. Amun Ra, who is what? In turn, known as what? The hidden one. Again, this is what I do. The Lord of the phallus. That's Osiris. And men represents that. Watch this. The one whose skins, watch this. The one whose skins, complexion, and bodies are manifold when we come out different shapes and colors. Men, watch this, is also known as Kim. Kim means heat, burnt, black, dry, or hidden. Chemistry, formula making, all that's what Chem stands for. Watch this. So then you got men is what? Men is the operating netter, active principle, that sexual urge. Watch this. During the new moon, the 5th month of the year, and in the dream state, watch this, of sleep, when you have a wet dream, that's men doing what he do. Satisfying the body from the inside, and he's releasing his sexual energies to let you know that it's a mind thing. It ain't all physical. So watch this. When you're in a deep sleep, when the penile erection occurs, where in the male and even in the female, the clitoris gets hard. Watch this. They both get erect, and this occurs also in the female. That's the sexual powers that both of us have urgent. It's natural. In the animals, When the woman get in heat, oh, she let it be known. Come on and get this, fellas. I'm ready. Women, we do it different. We do, yeah, wear nice stuff, entice them. So, oh, that's part of the game. But it's natural when done in moderation and understanding. It's a beautiful thing. We just take it to a whole nother level. That's another lesson. But let's talk about this right quick. The God man. Okay. Now, he is usually depicted with what? With an erect phallus, holding a flare in his right hand. And man represents what? The erectile creative force of the universe that is what? Latent in every human being, male and female. We all get aroused. We all have an erection. The women's the clitoris, the male's the penis, morning, wood, high rise, whatever. All that's part of sexual energy that's inside of you. That's natural. Now, from which what? Life springs. This is the what? The blackness represented by what? The point in the dot, okay, of the sun disk. The origin from which all comes. Again, the sign for God is the dot and everything he created around him. So he's never out of place. He's never out of touch with his creation. Okay? It's for him, around him, and of him. Moving on. Now, you hear him say Hetheru. That means God and you are one. Once we realize that, that's knowing thyself. Watch this. Hetheru, which is what? The life force which comes from where? The blackness of what? Consciousness. Consciousness is knowing something. Usually before it happens. Why? Because you're determining the outcome. So God is what? Pure consciousness, because he put everything where it needs to be. So he's in total control of everything. That's being conscious. And as a human being, once you become conscious of yourself, that's your godly power, because this is your universe, this is your temple, it's whatever you want to make it, but it's all your choice, hence free will. Moving on. If controlled and sublimated, this creative generative force could transform one into the heights of what? Creation. But if misused, it's always a however or a but. But if misused, such as in what we're doing now, overindulgence of the physical sexual activity. We have unprotected sex, so we're creating more lives from just having a good time. Everybody get together to have sex. They ain't trying to make a baby. But if you don't practice safe sex, that's what's going to happen. You can't, in the crapshoot, hope you don't get none, hope I don't get none. I crapped out. I got chlamydia, some sexually transmitted disease. Come on, man. But that's really what I'm trying to avoid for my young people, but trying to educate them on their body. So watch this. When it's overindulgence of physical sexual activities, either in thought, and then the worst part, in action. You can think sex all you want. That's fine. Most of us had that on their mind. But once you start to forcing it on people, molesting and taking little kids, all that, now you cross the line. So that's my concept. The thought is okay, but the action is the worst part. And it's not good. It's not good for nobody. But it will what? It will erode your higher spiritual capacity. Why? It's going to keep you in the lower vibration. All you want to do is satisfy you sexually. Okay? It's physical. That's what sex will come from. Watch this. Now, for reasons of physical health and spiritual strength, what? It is important to acquire what? The proper amount of sleep, which is rest, nutrition, which is the food you eat, your diet, and more important, to observe the practices of what? Your sexual energy sublimation. Some people think they gotta have sex every day. Man, some people just feel the need to just do that when you're young. That's what young people do. As you grow, that's kiddie stuff. Come on, man, grow up. But now, the hieroglyphic of men will show the attributes of men, which is what? One of the hieroglyphics is what? A bed of lettuce. Lettuce is the food of men, but lettuce is viewed as what? As an aphrodisiac. And also, it symbolizes the purity of what? Vegetarian diet, excuse me. Another important point about lettuce is what? Is that it is also the favorite food of Set. Your body is the temple. Set and Hetheru, or men, occupy the same body, but they get different appearances, so they all have the individual characteristic, but it's your body. Watch this. And thus, both of y'all eat the same thing. Why? You know what healthy good food is. And thus, watch this. Our higher self, which is men, as well as what? Our lower self, Set, are what? Equally nourished. Okay? And since in order to achieve what? Balance, equanimity, Maya, both natures should be what? Equally mastered. You should be equally good at understanding bad as you is on good. Why? To make a better decision on what to do. That's why. So when you can equally master and you supplement it, but must be subject to what? The command of your spirit. When your spirit is your guide, when your heart is your guide, so to speak, your body, that's who you should be listening to. When the shoulder thing, the angel, the devil, the bar is the good guy. Understand that. Listen to the intuitiveness of yourself. The crook. See right here, this instrument. I'm making the final for you right quick. You see that? When you see God with that symbolizes power and spiritual discipline over oneself. The crook and the flare are symbols of what? Leadership. You always see the high guy sitting around, every got it in his hand, so that comes from. Now the crook symbolizes what? The ability to control, aka lead, one's forces, and the flare signifies the self-discipline needed to control one's mistakes and to institute what? The proper punishment to oneself if not carrying out one's duty. Self-improvement, self-discipline, self-everything, meaning you are the one who have to do it. You the one responsible. Self-preservation is your job to protect, defend, and know right from wrong. That's all self. Everything is generated. And when you have leadership and control over oneself, not other people, before you control any outside source, anything outside yourself, you need to have control of oneself. Hence, know thyself. Self-punishment. I practice denying myself things that I think I need and want just to get over being what? Disappointed for not getting what you want. Life ain't about getting what you want. So prepare yourself. If you go through life things, they're going to get what you want. Prepare yourself to be disappointed because that's what's going to happen. So get used to being disappointed. It ain't the end of the world. But with self-punishment here, what does not mean masculinism, meaning hurting yourself, not physically beating yourself. No. The masculinism is an extreme, what's this, behavior which is in contravention to Maya balance. Is not good. Discipline can be as simple as what? Watch this. As an act of not allowing oneself to have dessert after dinner or because you smoke that cigarette. To balance out evil, match with good. Simple. You want Detroit good, put evil in front. That's what's going on. Just more evil than good going on right now. There's not a lesson, but let's talk about this. Sexual fire. What is that? The sexual fire is one of the strongest forces that ground us to the earth. Overindulgence leaves subconscious impressions which make us what? Here we go. Here's the problem. Believe the true pleasure and happiness may be found only through activity of the body. Bumping, grinding. But in reality, these erroneous, mean wrong, impressions that you go through over sex. Watch this. It's going to be a two-part. I see the clock is running. Are setting us up for what? You ready? Like I try to explain to you. Disappointment. I hate saying this, but I got a buddy. He said he ain't never had no bad stuff. Anything he put his dick in is good. So if you got some bad one, give it to me. That was his concept. That's pure desires of the flesh. See? And he don't care. It's going to be good to him every time because he's getting what he wants. Pleasures of the flesh. If that's what you're looking for, that's what it is about. But watch this. When you do that, you set yourself up for disappointment. And watch this. Since at the very least, watch this, sexual activities cannot go on what? Indefinitely. Some of us, a couple of minutes, the party's over. Well, now they got the little blue man. That thing gonna kill you. People, young people, if you young and you need that, what's gonna happen when you get older? That's what older guys, that's gonna kill you. Why? Your heart ain't built for that. All the time, don't you? No, it don't work that way. Stroke, heart attacks, a lot of that stuff going on for that. Okay, it's really heart medicine anyway. That's just a side effect for the heart medicine. Just moving on. Let me get out of that. So, but watch this. But now these impressions of thinking just can keep going. No, you can't. And once you had that, you go on and go to sleep. Okay. Now these impressions subconsciously what impel us to what constantly search for what more sex, carnal gratification, pleasures at what the level of the physical body, the senses. If you're stuck on that level, that's the third level. You're not gonna make it. Why? That's what Ahmed beats from 3 down. He eats everything from 3 down. You didn't make it. You consider a beast in the human form. But this pressure to reenact what that pleasurable occasion through what physical means would do what leads to mental agitation. Watch this, which inhabits higher spiritual achievement, which inhabits higher spiritual achievements. Furthermore, since the world is set up in such a way that we cannot have everything we want whenever we want it, that ain't the way it goes. Life ain't built for that. But watch this. Now we are liable to become disappointed. There you go. It's okay, excuse me, for a 7 to 8 year old kid to be disappointed because they thought something, they wanted something, but they get over it. They remember like the Jesus thing. They don't remember nothing. So just give them the truth. They'll adapt it, they'll adjust to it, and they'll acquiesce to dealing with what? The truth. Never mind the disappointment. It's the truth. It's a fact. I can't afford it. We was kids. My parents couldn't afford half the stuff that I wanted, so I was always disappointed. Moving on. That's another lesson. Get into that nonsense. But what happened? We're liable to be disappointed repeatedly, repeatedly, and further become more what? Mentally agitated. Nature is trying to show us that what? Sexual pleasures is only a glimpse of the true bliss. If you think having an orgasm cause you have become enlightened, I tell you, I explain it my way. It's like I had all kinds of drugs. Ain't no drug like spiritual awakening. Trust me. Knowing thyself is the best drug you can have. Watch this. And they tell you having an orgasm is just a glimpse of the bliss which can be found what? By knowing oneself. Dang, got you. I experienced that. Better than an orgasm. Trust me. Better than any drug. Trust me. Oh, you tell me. That's what I'm telling you. So I don't care what you think and how you feel. Again, just the truth. Let's move on. I'm almost done. I got another lesson for you. But through this initiating science of yoga, or right thinking philosophy, if through developing, watch this, wisdom, one learns to what? Transform what? That energy and develop from what? The disappointment into what? Spiritual energy. One will discover that what? There is a higher level of consciousness where instead of disappointment, one can experience what? Boundless fulfillment, ecstasy, and peace, aka bliss. That's what you want in your life. You don't have to do that to get it. You don't have to do this and do that to get it. Sorry, I get excited. But by directing that sexual energy where? Inward instead of outward, what happens? The power to discover who we are, what? Becomes potent. It's energy. It's energy. If it can give life when it goes out somewhere else, what do you think it'd do if it stay inside? Just thought, just get at a thought. But maintaining and what? Maintaining a moderate sex life or practicing total or partial celibacy. Guess what? It ain't for everybody. Right there. So we understand that, and that's fine. But it is important so as what? Not to waste that vital cosmic energy which is stored in the base of the spine. Also, it's a psychological process of what? Directing one's energies, positive thoughts, to the what? Sexual area, and prevents those energies from what? From being directed and used elsewhere. If all you think about is getting that thing off, that energy stay right there. It don't rise. It ain't going nowhere. Hence lower nature. But working with one's conscious will what? Will direct the sexual energies to what? To the higher source. When it's what? Semen retention, when it's retained in the body and help the energy centers. And guess what? One can experience, watch this, here's my part right here. One can experience ecstasy of what? Union and the seventh energy center chakra. Guess what you have? A mental orgasm. Ooh, that just don't stop. Why? Now you're blessed out. You ain't got to go get a drug to reach it. You ain't got to take a drink to reach it. Okay? Sit, meditate, and just experience the ecstasy. Just let it ooze. That's what meditation is all about, to get you to that level where you can have the old mental orgasm. I gave lessons about that a long time ago. But watch this. Most of us fake that mental orgasm by what? By having mental jerk-offs, masturbating ourselves, faking ourselves out. That's false. You get nothing. You might get the pleasure, but you really got nothing. So with knowledge and understanding, you get that concept. But watch this. Now, this holds, let me wrap this up. This holds true for what? For males as well as females. They got their sexual urges, desires. Trust me, we ain't going there. But watch this. Now, this is not to be seen as, again, masturbation. Spiritual enlightenment orgasm ain't the masturbation kind. Watch this. It ain't masturbation. Why? An orgasm, watch this, at the highest level is what? Is pure consciousness. That's why. And when you take a drug or you get something that takes you there, the endorphins that make you feel good, they give you that feeling. If you need a drug to reach that, you ain't really reaching it. Watch this. Why? Because the Uranus are what? Experienced due to what? The union with one's self body, meaning yourself, with what? With the divine self. You see me pointing up. That's the universal body. And it says, never universe, never you. Now through training, daily training, right thing philosophy, practice, and what? You will reach the ecstatic feelings, and the energies developed at a higher energy centers can be what? Experienced for yourself, where? At a physical level with a partner, or as well as by yourself. Again, the physical part, when you got a mate that y'all meet at that level, that's pure love. That's not lust. Not just getting together and going for it. No, when it was done right, y'all feel each other. You get all that. That's what love making is about, and that's fun. That's what it's about. It's for that. But as previously stated, there are many roles in yoga, and anything in the universe may be what? Utilized with the correct knowledge and understanding, attitude, and proper instruction. Sex may be used as a vehicle to unite with who? God, but only if used in a what? A disciplined, spiritual manner. And during intercourse, one should keep what? The teachings in mind, always realizing that it is the Ba, which is your soul, who is what? Using the physical body and not the perishable ego personality. So it's higher up. In this manner, watch this, I'm wrapping it up. All activities, including sexual relations, are performed, watch this, with this mental attitude of what? Dispassion and detachment. So thereby you're developing what? The witnessing of what? Your body, which is your soul, aspect of your spirit. Gradually, what happened? It will be realized that while making love with a partner, one is actually making love to oneself. That's a little creepy, but it's the concept. Meaning, if you are everything and everything is you, then yeah, pretty much that's what you're doing. But On that note, I'm going to end this lesson. And in closing, right thinkers, may you live to be 100 and me 100 miles a day. So I never know the right thinkers like you have passed away, but I will be back.